Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the championship. As you can see, we have a match today against West Brom versus Portsmouth. We're away from home. This is the first match we have in the championship since coming up last season. I've made it through the friendlies. I've got some transfers to talk to you about. But first off, I wanted to apologize for the delay. With real world hitting the last couple of days, with getting through friendlies and some transfers and things like that, that took a little while, as well as a massive project I have been working on with our friends over at the FM network. I will link to them in the description below, as well as a couple of foul ups with said project, but that's a different story. But a lot of that has all taken its toll, so I'm finally getting you an episode now. I apologize for its delay. Was really hoping for Friday, didn't work. Was hoping for Monday, didn't work. Oh well. Anyway, since the last time we were here, you can see in the championship we've gotten a couple of friendlies underway. I am still using the tactic. I apologize. I have had no time to look for a new tactic or try and figure out and rejigger the tactic. So we're still using it, at least for the time being. I will try this week as best as I can to look into the tactic and see what I can change or just change it up completely. But for now, this is it. We've had a couple of people come in as trials. And you can see, so Admiral Musqui, unfortunately, I mean, potential and current star-wise, he doesn't look bad. Numbers, he's not the greatest. Natural fitness is fine. He plays in some slots that we sort of need backups for, but unfortunately, our coaching summary does not think too highly of him. Decent player for most EFL League 2 sides. They have not figured out if he's suitable for a championship in the future. So most likely at the end of his trial here, he will take off. But overall, we have not looked too bad. Norwich, 2-1 wins. They're in the Premier League. Burnley, they're also in the Premier League. 2-all draw, but not too bad. Rotherham, Sunderland, Bristol Rovers, League 1. So all these are teams we've played before, obviously last season. I'm not unhappy right now. Would like to have kicked the crap out of them a little more. And I think we do need to look at a little more at the transfers. So I'll definitely need your help with that. Please, comments below. Let me know who you think I should bring in. I would love to hear your thoughts. With that, let's get into the transfers. First off, we have already talked about this dude, George Dobson. As you can see, so far in 4+2 appearances, only has a 6.85 for what he looks like on paper. I mean, the bravery of 19, leadership 16, teamwork 18, work rate of 19. But yeah, he looks fantastic for the most part. I mean, he's got some issues. Marking, passing, not the greatest. Concentration of 10. Squirrel. So overall, I mean, I'm not playing a DM, so I'm playing him more in this midfield center role. And he's not too bad. I'm very happy with him. I just need to figure out who is starting material and who is not. On paper, he is very much starting material. We'll have to see how the season progresses, how he actually slots in. Next up, Luke Offord from Crew, 2.4 million signing. He can play this entire back four, which is nice. The biggest issue I have, Nikolaisen is gone. I am debating whether to bring him back and to buy him. I got some more millions left in the bank. However, I've got some good center backs, but they're more for the future center backs. I still have Raggett, who's good, who's not as good as Nikolaisen, but he's good. Still have Whatmore, he's good. And then I got a couple of backups. So I'm thinking of loaning a player or two out and bringing Nikolaisen back in. But again, let me know your thoughts. That's kind of my thought right now, is to bring him back if I can afford him and they let him go. This guy is not bad. A determination of 16, stamina 15. So overall, I'm tackling a technique. Yeah, it needs to work on. Obviously, he's being raised right now, which is nice. Decisions and positioning could continue to keep going up. But he is a potential championship player in the future. So he'll get some 36 though. Ooh. But he'll probably get, if he stays, he'll get the occasional game time, especially where he can play. Nope, I don't want that at all. Where he can play on both wings and center back. That is very nice and handy to have on the bench. One more. Julio Villalba from Borussia Mönchengladbach. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that anywhere near correct. However, got him on a free. Again, determination of 16, aggression of 16, work rate of 16, loving those numbers. Finishing of 11 could really be increased. He's only 22, so I'm hoping that would increase. First touch of 14 is pretty nice. Bravery, off the ball teamwork. Overall, he looks like a fairly good, well-rounded squad player. Again, 22, growing. I'm looking forward to him on the bench. He will be fighting against my man Rico Hackett Fairchild, who has come back. I mean, he's come 7 appearances off the bench. I probably should have started him a couple matches. He will definitely be staying around and getting some game time here and there. His numbers, finishing and first touch though, composure, concentration, decisions, these two have 6. So he's got a lot of growing to do before he's a starter. And he may only be getting like FA Cup or Cup ties, things like that, for starting for this season. We'll have to see how he kind of progresses throughout the first half. So he and Villalba will be kind of fighting against each other. Villalba is a little better at a younger age. So I hope they kind of make each other better. We'll see. We still have Hayawula. We still have Harness. All those players are still here. I have not gotten rid of anyone. So our team is fairly stacked. So if I bring anyone in, I definitely have to push some people out. And whether we do it via loans or via the transfer market, we'll have to see. Anyway, that has been it so far. Friendlies are done. Transfers are done. Let's get into this first match. I love how my chief scout wants Lee Brown downgraded from important player to squad player. Lee Brown, who may be 30 years old, was the player of the season last year. Granted, it's a championship. Player of the season. And you wanted to downgrade him to squad player. I don't think so. Homie, don't play that. One thing I have not shown you is the season preview. They are showing us as finishing 17th. Really hope that I'm going to beat the crap out of that. I have said I hope to finish top half. Or not top half, but it's kind of the middle section. So I'm going to guess, 10 to 14th, 10 to 15th? We'll have to see how that works, because I keep forgetting this is 24 teams long. And was actually League One 24? Yeah, that was League 24 teams long too. But still, 24 teams long. I do not anticipate finishing in the top 10, top 5 to 10, unless this tactic keeps just rocking out this entire league. But I probably will say between 11 and 15th or so is where I would expect to be. Wow. Jack Whatmore and Sean Raggett are both key players in the entire league. That means we have a pretty good defense. Nick Lyson would easily slot in there as well. So another thing to think about. So as you can see, in this first week, we have 3 matches. That's crazy. I mean, I don't know how the rest of the season is going to go, but the first week we had 3 matches. And as you also can see, we still have 4.3 in the bank. So there is some room to grow. I assume that's going to be enough to get Nick Lyson. However, unless we really wanted someone else, we were not going to get enough from that and Nick Lyson. So we'll have to think about that pretty hard. So this is the lineup that we have, and as you can see, it's a fairly standard lineup to what we saw last season, minus 1 role. McGillivray comes in as goal. Brown, Raggett, Whatmore, and De Silva in the back 4. Curtis, here's our new boy Dobson, Naylor and Harness in the midfield, and Hayawula and Harrison up top. We are taking a cautious approach because, hey, it's our first game ever in the championship, at least under my watch. I know they've been in the championship before, just not under me. Sounded weird. So as we kick off this first match in the championship of our second season, I have no idea how we're going to do. I don't know if this tactic is going to take off like it did last time and just either maybe skirt us a result, or we may just pump it into the goal left and right. Or we may get our asses handed to us time and time again. We are in a cautious approach, which is pretty nice, but then they get it back. Harper's running up the pitch fairly nicely. Sawyers is right there for the pass, and out for a corner. Who knows how this is gonna go? So, luckily it's way over the bar. But Pereira is one of those key players to watch in this league, so we need to figure him out first. I mean, we have most of the possession, so that's a good start, I'm gonna say. Silva's already injured. Not that I want players to be injured, or at least not certain players. But come on, get the ball back. Nope, that's not, letting those passes in is not helpful. especially when they do it that way. That hurts. That stings, especially from, really, all this. Why? Skip. That was a good goal. I will say that is a very good goal. Why are we on 1 point? Nathaniel Klein is here? Is he the one that scored the goal? Okay, guys. Now is the time to get some highlights. There we go. Harness with a steal. Over to Curtis, who's just kind of rolling it through. Into Hayawula. Has nowhere to go, so it's out for a corner. We're going to be seeing a lot more reds this time around, I believe. I don't know. Again, I don't know what's happening, what's going to happen with this one. Brown. No, Raggett could have been there. Brown to Dobson. Horrible pass. Horrible pass. And then it's halftime. I keep remembering West Brom both as two things. First, as where Daniel Sturridge went and had not a great time of it. I actually don't know. I mean, he got injured a bit, I believe, before he went off to Turkey. But also, there was a game. I remember a game several years ago. Come on, guys, demand more. Where I forget who they were playing, but they were playing some team where in the 90th plus minutes there was, I think, a goal for each team, and then or maybe more. Oh, Jesus, come on, guys, you are not getting it correct. But up to Curtis. But I remember one team scored a goal in the 90th plus, then West Brom scored a goal in the 90th plus, and then the other team scored another one. So, or it could have been reversed, but still, that was a fantastic game to watch. That was the epitome of football right there. Dobson with a corner. Oh, Whatmore not able to get his head on it very well. De Silva, Dobson is not looking like a starter right now. I am going to say that because that's been pissing me off. And I don't know what that is. That was nowhere a foul. You know, it very well could be that I really haven't toughened the squad up. I've gotten some younger players in as not youth prospects, but kind of squad depth and future. So maybe it's that I haven't gotten an official starter yet. De Silva, and these guys are getting it stolen off you left and right. Grant's just, well, he was pumping it up pretty quickly. The passing is nice from these guys. Thank you for the defense finally coming in. But we have 15 minutes left. I need something. So we finally have a highlight. And we've had very few highlights. And that's the highlight you give me? Seriously, that's the highlight you give me. And that's what you do with it. I mean, this is laughable. It is utterly laughable at what this first game of the season is all about. I'm giving Hackett Fairchild his debut in the league, and I mean, there's nothing happening. I wish I could just say, you know, fuck it all, dude. You guys have done nothing. That's not going to work in this championship, I'm going to guess. And we lose 1-0. I mean, it's not as bad as it could have gone. 12 shots, 5 on target for each. However, their XG was a lot better than ours. Our possession, terrific, but that's not going to do it in this league. So we might be seeing a little more of this. Dobson was given a rousing ovation by the supporters, and there was a tangible excitement around the club as they got to see their new man in action for the first time. I, however, was not quite as happy in that debut. So unfortunately, the first defeat in a little while that we've seen, not sitting well with me. We do have Blackburn Rovers next. We got a lot to go through, but Sheffield Wednesday after that. So hopefully I'll bring it probably back at Millwall. See how far I can get through in the next couple of days or the next day or so. But that does it for me, Sefian FM. Thank you as always for watching. Really hope things get better from here on out, because it's not looking good. But anyway, take care and enjoy. Am I talking? Am I loud? Good.